They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
Now, the latest FBI findings will completely blow your mind. These aren't just rumors anymore. Those secret tunnels, the bizarre gatherings, and the chilling whispers are all as real as we feared. This revelation raises larger questions about the scope of Diddy's influence and the fear he seems to instill. Comparisons to other notorious figures, like Harvey Weinstein, have already surfaced. Weinstein, once considered untouchable, used his power as a shield against accountability for years. Yet, despite all odds, justice eventually caught up with him, leading to convictions in both Los Angeles and New York and a prison sentence that effectively ended his reign. Could similar consequences be on the horizon for Diddy in light of these revelations? Get ready to uncover the truth. Reports suggest that what the FBI discovered beneath Diddy's mansion goes beyond anything anyone expected. Imagine walking through a home filled with opulence, chandeliers sparkling overhead, million-dollar artworks adorning the walls, and stumbling across a hidden doorway. You might assume it leads to a wine cellar or an underground recording studio. But according to whispers, these secret tunnels serve a far stranger purpose. These underground pathways, allegedly sprawling and elaborate, weren't designed for emergencies like fire escapes or Cold War bunkers. Instead, they are said to cater to a very specific kind of emergency, the type that involves exclusive guest lists and late-night activities. It's not hard to picture these tunnels playing host to extravagant gatherings shrouded in secrecy, their purpose as enigmatic as their creator. Though the details remain unclear, one thing is evident. These hidden passageways weren't built for an innocent game of hide and seek. Rumors suggest they were part of a well-orchestrated operation designed for exclusive events that go beyond the usual celebrity extravagance. This is the kind of story that feels ripped from a Hollywood screenplay, yet it seems to be unfolding in real life. As the layers of this mystery peel away, it becomes clear that the tunnels were no ordinary underground spaces. Reports suggest these tunnels were nothing short of opulent, picture mood lighting, plush velvet furnishings, and state-of-the-art soundproofing. It's as if they were designed to transport guests into another dimension, not just physically but mentally, a private paradise for the elite. However, this hidden luxury also held the potential for scandal, raising eyebrows with every detail uncovered. The idea of secret underground tunnels tied to an already exclusive and powerful world is undeniably chilling. The FBI's findings have added fuel to this intrigue. These tunnels represent more than just secrecy. They symbolize the barriers broken and the connections forged among people from vastly different walks of life. Imagine Ron Perlman chatting with Jay-Z, or unexpected conversations between icons of completely different worlds. But why? That's the big question. What purpose did this labyrinth serve beneath Diddy's estate? Official explanations are scarce, but it doesn't take much imagination to start connecting the dots. When you're at the peak of fame, few things are off limits, and even fewer temptations remain unexplored. For some, these hidden tunnels represent the lengths one might go to indulge in desires that must remain hidden, both literally and metaphorically. After all, even the strongest reputations can crumble when secrets emerge. Interestingly, the FBI reportedly stumbled upon these tunnels while investigating an entirely unrelated matter. What began as a routine inquiry into financial records or tax filings led agents into what could have been the set of a psychological thriller. One moment, they were sorting through paperwork. The next, they were navigating the dark, mysterious world of a music mogul known for extravagance and secrecy. Speculation about what really went on in these underground rooms is rampant. It goes far beyond wild parties. Rumors hint at strange rituals, hidden performances, and questionable behavior cloaked in secrecy. These tunnels weren't merely an escape from paparazzi or prying eyes. They seem to have been the epicenter of something far more elaborate and concealed. The whispers don't stop with Diddy either. Allegedly, this underground network wasn't a solo endeavor. Big names are being mentioned, the kind of people who could disappear from the public eye for hours or even days, indulge in whatever these tunnels offered, and re-emerge as though nothing had happened. Among these rumored participants are actors, CEOs, and even politicians, individuals who typically maintain polished and respectable public images. If the rumors are true, what we've seen so far is just the tip of a very murky iceberg. As the story grows, more names are being whispered, only adding to the intrigue. Unsurprisingly, the revelations have sent shockwaves through social media. Everyone from die-hard fans to conspiracy theorists is weighing in, each offering their own spin on the story. The questions are piling up. How many of these tunnels exist, and who knew about them? Were they really built just to dodge paparazzi, or do they hide something far more sinister? Beneath all the luxury and glamour, it's hard not to wonder if these secret spaces were designed as sanctuaries where celebrities could indulge in their wildest, most taboo fantasies, shielded from prying eyes by layers of concrete and steel. It's ironic, really. When we think of someone like Diddy, we see a man who has it all: money, power, influence, and the ability to shake culture. But maybe that's the crux of it. When the world is handed to you on a silver platter, what's left? For some, the answer is to dig deeper, literally. These tunnels seem to symbolize a hunger for more, even when more leads to dangerous, uncharted territory, and even when it comes with the risk of scandal waiting to erupt. Secrets, after all, rarely stay buried forever. And while the FBI has kept the details of their investigation under wraps, they surely know the firestorm of attention their discovery has ignited. Will more investigations follow? Will the public finally learn the full story behind these tunnels? Or will the entire ordeal get swept under the rug with carefully crafted non-disclosure agreements? In Hollywood, it wouldn't be the first time. What's clear is that this isn't going away quietly. The public's curiosity has been piqued, and tough questions are now aimed squarely at Diddy. This could be a turning point. Either he navigates the storm with deft PR maneuvers, or he gets pulled deeper into a vortex of accusations and scandal. Because at its heart, this story isn't just about tunnels. It's about what they represent: unchecked power, hidden secrets, and the fine line between privilege and something far darker. And then there's the sheer absurdity of it all. These tunnels weren't just basic passageways connecting rooms. They were a spectacle in themselves, dripping with luxury. Picture walls lined with rare imported wood, state-of-the-art climate control systems ensuring the perfect temperature, and even custom scent diffusers designed to make the air smell exactly how Diddy wanted it. This wasn't just an underground retreat, it was a paradise built to rival the finest hotels. What's even more intriguing is how every detail of these tunnels seemed deliberately designed to exude both comfort and secrecy. They weren't just underground corridors, they were an escape, a place where guests could lose themselves and forget the world above. An interesting tidbit of history about these tunnels involves Pavara, a friend and regular visitor to the estate. He often spent time here, drawn to the tunnels because of their incredible acoustics, which made them ideal for practicing performances like Figaro. Some reports even mention entire rooms with elaborate themes. Imagine walking through a tunnel only to step into a space styled like an Egyptian temple, complete with golden ornaments and hieroglyphs painted on the walls, or perhaps a neon-lit room straight out of a sci-fi movie, glowing with futuristic energy. These tunnels weren't just a means to hide from the world. They were designed as an alternate reality, a playground for the elite to experience something utterly unique and unattainable above ground. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment project either. The intricate designs and high-level craftsmanship reflect careful planning, enormous financial investment, and an intent far beyond casual indulgence. The tunnels were outfitted with entrances that weren't simply hidden behind a bookshelf or closet panel. Access required advanced security systems like biometric scans, fingerprints, retina scans, and more. It was the kind of protection you'd expect for safeguarding priceless treasures, not just a discreet entrance to a party venue. The FBI's discovery of these high-tech measures raises pressing questions. What exactly was being protected down there? Why go to such lengths unless something of immense value, tangible or otherwise, was involved? Adding to the intrigue are rumors of hidden surveillance equipment. Reports suggest cameras tucked into corners, microphones embedded in walls, all feeding data back to a central control room. It's not just about keeping intruders out. These systems were allegedly monitoring the guests themselves. Whether for leverage, a twisted personal archive, or reasons unknown, the idea of constant surveillance casts a sinister shadow of the entire setup. These weren't merely secret gatherings. They were meticulously documented events, making the purpose of these tunnels feel even more ominous. There's also speculation about the scope of these tunnels. Some claim they stretch for miles, linking multiple properties in a vast underground network. If true, this isn't just a quirky hidden lair beneath a single mansion, but a sprawling collaborative infrastructure. Such a network hints at extensive planning and extraordinary power, raising the inevitable question: how many people knew about this, and how many used it? This idea leads to further speculation about who else might be involved in these secretive activities. The world of the rich and famous is notoriously interconnected. High-profile parties, collaborative ventures, shared investments. They move in the same exclusive circles, creating an environment where secrets are easily shared. It's not a stretch to imagine that Diddy might have revealed his underground network to a select few, or even designed it with other high-profile individuals in mind. For people at this level of wealth and power,
well, they're
an
about
underground
to,
tunnel
because
system
according to
doesn't just seem plausible. It's almost an expected feature of their extravagant lifestyles. Then there are the rumors of rituals, a word that immediately sends a chill down the spine. Whispers suggest that these tunnels hosted gatherings far beyond mere indulgence. Allegedly, these weren't just parties but ceremonies centered on power, ritualistic displays where dominance and loyalty were tested. Some accounts claim initiations took place, with participants proving their allegiance through actions designed to bind them in secrecy. These stories gain traction because they tap into deep fears about unchecked power. The idea that behind closed doors, the elite engage in bizarre and dangerous acts, shielded by their immense wealth. The design of the tunnels themselves feeds into this narrative. Certain rooms were reportedly lavish, overflowing with cushions, rich fabrics, and everything needed to create a surreal escape from reality. But other spaces were stark and clinical, exuding an air of control and precision. These contrasting environments suggest a dual purpose, one for luxury and
things possibly
distraction,
couldn't get
the other
worse.
for something far more calculated
I ain't gonna
and
lie to
perhaps
you.
unsettling.
The person that told me to
The
get back
sheer
into
thought of
fashion,
such
shout out to
starkly
Kanye.
different
I ain't
atmospheres within the same network implies a level of planning and intent that goes beyond simple
I got
pleasure.
fired.
Adding
I
to
gotta
the
tell you the whole
intrigue
story.
is the
Yeah,
alleged
right.
list of
Andre Harrell
visitors.
fired.
High-profile actors, influential business leaders, and even government officials are rumored to have been part of this underground scene. While these claims are nearly impossible to verify, their mere existence has fueled endless speculation. After all, these are individuals already living in unparalleled luxury, surrounded by excess. What could they possibly need from these underground rooms that wasn't already available above ground? That's the unsettling question that gives this story its grip on the public imagination. The reaction to these revelations has been a mix of shock, outrage, and morbid curiosity. Curiosity for some, the idea is horrifying. For others, it's simply intriguing. And then there are those who aren't surprised at all. To them, this is just another example of the elite living by their own rules, indulging in excesses that seem almost comically out of reach to everyone else. As these discussions unfold, the internet has become a hotspot for wild theories, each more outrageous than the last. But they all share one common thread, a belief that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Many think what we've seen so far barely scratches the surface. And what about Diddy? He's been characteristically silent, his public appearances meticulously controlled, and his statements carefully crafted. His PR team has gone into overdrive, working to contain the story. Yet, this is the kind of tale that's almost impossible to spin. Denials and deflections can only go so far. Once the public's imagination is captured, once they start picturing secret tunnels and hidden rooms, there's no turning back. The questions will keep coming, the scrutiny will only intensify, and people's obsession with the hidden world of the ultra-wealthy will grow. At first glance, these tunnels could be written off as a quirky extravagance, perhaps a luxurious retreat from the pressures of fame. But the more details emerge, the less plausible that explanation seems. The scale of the project, the secrecy, the advanced security measures, and the rumors of rituals and surveillance paint a far more complicated and troubling picture. It's a rare glimpse into a world most of us will never know, where the usual rules don't apply. Privacy is more than a luxury, it's an obsession, and the line between fantasy and reality becomes disturbingly blurred. It all began with some suspicious construction activity at Diddy's sprawling Los Angeles mansion. Heavy equipment, late-night digging. It wasn't the kind of thing that flies under the radar, especially in the celebrity-packed hills of Los Angeles. Naturally, people started talking, and whispers soon turned into full-blown conspiracy theories. Was Diddy building a panic room? An art vault? According to the rumor mill, he was digging something far more interesting, a secret network of tunnels. Because why settle for a typical multi-million-dollar mansion when you can add a labyrinth beneath it? The rumors escalated quickly. These weren't just any tunnels. Allegedly, they connected his property to some of the most infamous estates in Hollywood. The Playboy Mansion, for instance, which has long been surrounded by mystery and whispers of hidden passages, was a prime target for speculation. For added absurdity, people even claimed the tunnels extended to Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, hundreds of miles away. Logistically ridiculous, absolutely. But rumors don't have to follow logic, they thrive on intrigue. The Playboy Mansion, once the epicenter of Hollywood's wildest escapades, already had a reputation for secrecy. Stories of hidden doors, secret passages, and a secluded grotto where celebrities indulged in whatever they pleased only fueled the fire. Naturally, when whispers of Diddy's tunnels surfaced, people couldn't help but connect the dots between his estate and Hugh Hefner's infamous playground. It's almost cinematic, two dens of excess linked by a shadowy underground labyrinth. Sounds like the kind of plot Nicolas Cage would dive into, doesn't it? Blueprints supposedly revealed that the Playboy Mansion did have underground passages, reportedly designed for discreet movement or to help guests avoid paparazzi. But whether these tunnels stretched all the way to Diddy's estate remains pure speculation. There's no credible evidence to support such claims, but that hasn't stopped people from wondering. After all, if you're hosting the kind of wild parties Diddy was rumored to throw, having a private underground entrance for guests doesn't seem entirely far-fetched. For the ultra-wealthy, privacy at that level may only be achievable by sneaking people in below ground. Building on that idea of secretive, hidden spaces, this is where things get even stranger. Enter Neverland Ranch, Michael Jackson's iconic dream. The idea of connecting Neverland to Diddy's mansion with an elaborate underground tunnel system is wildly impractical, but it's the kind of story that sparks imaginations. Neverland already had its fair share of urban legends about hidden bunkers and passageways, so it wasn't hard for people to connect the dots, no matter how far-fetched the result. It's the kind of rumor people love because it feeds into the belief that Hollywood is more connected, secretive, and bizarre than we could ever comprehend. Sure, the logistics don't make sense, but the idea that Diddy's estate, Neverland, and the Playboy Mansion might all be part of some covered underground network taps into a distinctly Hollywood-style intrigue. It's almost as if wealth and eccentricity aren't enough. There has to be a secret web of tunnels involved to complete the fantasy. Here's where things get even more curious. Why would Diddy need tunnels in the first place? Security could be one explanation, maybe a private way to visit neighbors without TMZ snapping photos on the front lawn. A tunnel does sound convenient in that scenario. But then comes the juicier speculation. that these tunnels were used for secret gatherings known as freak-off parties, where discretion wasn't just appreciated, it was essential. Picture this: the world's biggest celebrities slipping into an underground entrance for a night of no phones allowed fun at Diddy's, shielded from public scrutiny. It's a perfect way to avoid the gossip mill, or so you'd think. But the theories don't stop there. Some are much darker. Whispers about illicit activities, trafficking, smuggling, or other illegal dealings began to swirl, fueled by Diddy's ongoing legal troubles. There's no evidence to back any of it up, but rumors have a way of spiraling, turning wild speculation into a maybe this could be true situation. The concept of underground tunnels in Hollywood isn't new either. It's woven into the city's mythology. During Prohibition, stories of speakeasies connected by secret passageways were rampant. The Beverly Hills Hotel is rumored to have hidden paths used by stars like Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra to come and go unseen. Even the Chinese theater supposedly has secret spaces for private rendezvous. It's almost a tradition for Hollywood to have these hidden escape routes. So the idea that Diddy might have his own network of secret tunnels fits right into this storied and self-perpetuated mythology. This fascination with hidden spaces isn't just about the tunnels themselves, it's about what they represent. The public eats up stories like these because they play into the idea that celebrities don't just live differently, they exist in an entirely separate reality. It's not just about the mansions and flashy cars, it's the cloak and dagger lifestyle that captivates people. Hidden passageways and secret connections, that's the ultimate power move, the kind of thing that screams, I live a life you can only imagine. Things took a dramatic turn when the FBI raid made this more than just a juicy rumor. In March 2014, Diddy's house was raided, and the headlines practically wrote themselves. Allegations of racketeering, human trafficking, and possession of suspicious items were thrown into the mix. No one seemed to know what those suspicious items actually were, but the internet went wild. The mention of underground tunnels ignited the freight tunnel story, turning it into a full-blown viral sensation. Suddenly, everyone was trying to separate fact from fiction. Though the raid certainly didn't help Diddy's image, what did the raid actually uncover? Well, not much. There was a mention of an underwater swimming tunnel connected to a grotto, which sounds less sinister when you think about it. The so-called freak tunnels may have been nothing more than a misunderstanding or perhaps just overactive imaginations fueled by drone footage of the property. That didn't stop people from spinning the narrative, though. By the time the rumor reached its peak, Diddy was supposedly operating an underground celebrity-only train network running beneath half of Los Angeles. The frenzy escalated thanks to leaked photos and even a fake CNN screenshot that made the rounds on social media. Suddenly, underground tunnels found at Diddy's Lille home was the headline everyone was sharing, with Twitter detectives and Instagram sleuths diving in to connect the dots. And here's the kicker. While much of the story was exaggerated, there was a kernel of truth. The tunnels are real, and their existence is every bit as fascinating as people imagined. At the center of it all was Diddy's sprawling Holmby Hills estate. Reports of heavy machinery coming and going at odd hours, restricted zones, and secretive construction projects fueled the whispers of a hidden network. The underwater swimming tunnel leading to a grotto was just the beginning. Beneath the mansion lies a network of tunnels that reportedly connects to other iconic properties. These aren't just extravagant features, they're private passageways designed for exclusive gatherings and complete discretion. To be fair, a pool with a grotto isn't exactly groundbreaking when it comes to luxury homes. For the ultra-wealthy, it's as common as a sunroom. But Diddy's tunnels? They're on a whole different level. These passageways weren't just built for convenience or aesthetics. They were designed to keep whatever happened in them far from public scrutiny. It turns out that people were right to dig deeper, and the truth is anything but ordinary. Of course, comparisons to the Playboy Mansion were inevitable, especially given the nature of the rumors surrounding Diddy's estate. Hugh Hefner's legendary estate has long been surrounded by whispers of hidden rooms, secret passages, and underground tunnels. For years, these rumors fueled imaginations about what Hefner might have used them for. Now it turns out some of those rumors weren't just idle speculation. The Playboy Mansion does, in fact, have a network of tunnels. And here's the kicker. Diddy's property is connected to it. The connection isn't just an entertaining theory, it's rooted in truth. Diddy's pool grotto serves as one of the entry points to an intricate underground system linking some of Hollywood's most notorious estates. Add to that Diddy's ongoing legal battles, an explosive mix of allegations involving intimate violence and racketeering, and the story practically writes itself. A secret tunnel network. Of course, it fits the image of a man with a dark side, the kind of character whose secrets only deepen the mystique. This isn't just about Diddy, though. The association sticks because it taps into a broader Hollywood mythos. Think of Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra. For decades, stories have swirled about them sneaking in and out of the Beverly Hills Hotel using hidden passageways. Throw in the tales of secret speakeasies from the Prohibition era, and you have a city with an entire subculture of underground intrigue. This time, the whispers aren't just legends, there's evidence, and it's just as elaborate and mysterious as everyone hoped or feared. The question now is whether this story is simply sensational, or perhaps so real it's even darker than anyone imagined. Can you guess what other secretive purposes Diddy might be using these tunnels for, aside from what we already know? Leave a comment below to share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest news. Thank you, and see you next time.